Welcome back. Let us continue. Let's start with our concept map. We're doing algebraic equations. We've done substitution. We've done additive inverse. And we are now going to do multiplicative inverse. To explain multiplicative inverse, we are going to use this expression 3x minus 2 equals to 10. But we are also going to use a model so that we understand better. So when it says 3x, it means that we've got 3 boxes that have x. And then where it says minus 2, we are going to have 2 red boxes that are subtracted from the 3 x's. And for on the right hand side, we have 10. So 10 will be represented by 10 yellow boxes. Now the next step is for us to then eliminate the constants so that we remain with x. So in this case, we are going to start by eliminating negative 2, and that we are going to use an additive inverse, which is plus 2. And then what we do on the left, we also do on the right. So because we've used positive 2 on the left, we are also going to use positive 2 on the right. Let's look at the model. On the model, the same, because we are now adding 2 yellow boxes on the left-hand side, we are also going to have 2 yellow boxes on the right-hand side. And then negative 2 and positive 2 are going to give us 0 when we add them together, such that we remain with 3x. And on the right-hand side, 10 plus 2 is going to give us 12. So the outcome is going to be 3x equals to 12. Same with our model. We're going to have the 3 x's on the left and 12 boxes on the right. And then now we need to find a multiplicative inverse of 3, which is a third, which means we are then going to divide by 3 to eliminate the 3 and remain with x. And as we do that, what we do on the left, we also do on the right. We're also going to divide by 3. Same with the model. Then when it says divide by 3, we look at the right-hand side and we need to make 3 sets. So we're going to make the first set and the second set and the third set. When we divide 3 by 3, we get 1, so our outcome is x. And when we divide 12 by 3, we get 4. Same with our model. We are going to then say when we have divided by 3, we'll remain with 1x. When we've divided the 12 boxes into 3 sets, we're going to have each set containing 4 boxes. So x represents 4. Let's move on. The next question would be find the value of x in the equation 7 equals to x divided by negative 3. The multiplicative inverse, again we look at the right hand side. The multiplicative inverse of a third is 3, but this time the denominator has a negative, so the multiplicative inverse must also have a negative. So the multiplicative inverse of a negative third would be negative 3. What we do on the right, we also do on the left. That's why we've marked it in red. So on the left, we have then 7 multiplied by negative 3, which gives us negative 21. And on the right, we will then remain with x. Let me rub that off. Then on the left, we have negative 21, and on the right, we have x. Therefore, x represents negative 21. So let's check the answer. That means that negative 21 divided by negative 3 would give us 7 if we are to check the answer. All right, let's look at a question in this regard. Find the value of x in 2x equals to 16. So our expression that we are given is 2x equals to 16. And 2 and x are multiplied together, so the multiplicative inverse of 2 is a half, which means we are going to divide by 2 on the left. What we do on the left, we also do on the right. We'll then divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. 1 multiplied by x is x. And on the right hand side, 16 divided by 2 is 8. So x represents 8 in that expression. Let's move on to the next one. The next question. Solve for x if x minus 4 divided by 3 equals to negative 1. Think of a number that when you subtract 4 from and the outcome is divided by 3, the answer will be negative 1. Then let's use mathematics to find that number. Then we can compare with what you thought of. So we have x minus 4 divided by 3 equals to negative 1. That is our equation. What we notice is on the left, we have a fraction. On the right, we have a whole number. And what you'll realize is that the denominator says that it is a third. So the multiplicative inverse of a third is 3. So what we are going to do is we are going to multiply that expression by 3. And what we do on the left, we also do on the right. We multiply by 3. And then what we will then have on the left-hand side as 3 eliminates 3, we will remain with x minus 4. And then on the right, we're going to have negative 1 multiplied by 3, which is negative 3. And then we need to now eliminate negative 4 so that we remain with x. And the additive inverse of negative 4 is positive 4. So we're going to have positive 4 on the left. And what we do on the right and the left, we also do on the right. We're going to have positive 4 on the right as well. And then on the left, we're going to remain with x, as 4 minus 4 gives us 0. And then on the right-hand side, we have negative 3 plus 4, which gives us positive 1. So our x represents 1. Let's look at the next one. Solve for x if negative 6 plus x divided by 4 equals to negative 5. And again, I need you to think of a number that when it's divided by 4 and added to negative 6, it should give us negative 5. What number is that? And then let's work it out mathematically. We have the expression. Let's write it out. Equals to negative 5. And now we have two terms on the left and we have one term on the right. Let's deal first with negative 6 so that we remain with x, so that we're able to resolve x. So we need an additive inverse of negative 6. So it would be negative 6 plus 6 equals to, plus x divided by 4 equals to negative 5 plus 6. We added 6 on both sides, and negative 6 plus 6 gives us 0. So we now have x divided by 4 on its own on the left, and on the right, negative 5 plus 6 would give us 1. All right, and then let us then deal with the multiplicative inverse of 4, which is the denominator in this case. So x is divided by 4, so which means we need to multiply by 4. Let's write it a bit far from that. so that we're able to say multiplied by 4 on the left-hand side. We also need to multiply by 4 on the right-hand side, such that 4 divided by 4 will give us 1. 1 multiplied by x is x, and then on the right, 1 multiplied by 4 would give us 4. So 4 is that number that when divided by 4 would give us 1. When we add it to minus 6, and it would give us negative 5. And then the next one, 2 into x, or 2 is multiplied by x minus 15, and the outcome should give us 4. So 2 multiplied by x minus 15 should give us 4. We need to remove the brackets as the order of operation. We need to first remove the brackets, and because 2 is multiplied with the terms inside the bracket, we multiply each term with 2. So it will be 2 times x, which is 2x, and then 2 times negative 15, which is negative 30, equals to 4. So we start with negative 30, and we find an additive inverse of negative 30. So it will be 2x minus 30 plus 30 equals to 4 plus 30. Same number, same sign, same operation. So it would be plus 30, and then negative 30 and positive 30 would give us 0. So we then have 2x plus 0, which is 2x, and then 30 plus 4 would give us 34. And then, because 2 and x are multiplied, the multiplicative inverse of 2 is dividing by 2. It's a half, so it's dividing by 2 on the left, and what we have done on the left is divide by 2, so on the right we must also divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. 1 multiplied by x is x, and 34 divided by 2 is 17. So our value of x there is 17. That brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time. Goodbye.